Good Saturday morning. I'm off this Saturday. I had said last week I was going to do a random live, and I was thinking about doing a self-defense application for Port Un form, but I've decided instead, this is going to be more convenient for me, is to show people how to do the form real quick with some easy shortcuts that I like to use. And then we're going to go over a few applications. So this thing is not going to be any longer than 45 minutes. Expected an hour tops. So we've got one viewer here. So before we go ahead and get into it, I just want to state a couple of things that are self-promo and letting people know what's going to be going on with me. So I'm setting my timer now, 45 minutes max, including this. So first of all, I'll still teach Saturday morning classes at the community center. They are now going to be 2 hours. So ideally, that means you should get a solid hour of Taekwondo and a solid hour of Judo. I think what I'll be doing at the community centers will be great for any strikers who want to come and cross-train in Judo and still do whatever kind of striking that you do. The set of patterns that I use are general choice patterns from ITF with a few that are still kept from your karate styles. I'm still teaching, what did we call it in Tuxedo? Tega 1, Okinawa Karate. They called it Kibone 1. The first basic I/H shape pattern, down block punch, down block punch, down block punch, punch, punch. Down block punch, down block punch, down block punch, punch, punch. Down block punch, down block punch. I'm still keeping that because if you learn that pattern, it's easier to learn practically everything else up until you get to Kwange. I also have what's called in Japanese styles Nahanchi 1 and Nahanchi 2. I introduced those after black belt. In Korean, they're called chulji. So it'll be chulji chonan and chulji nidan. I'm keeping those as well. I taught myself how to do Nahanchi 3, but I'm not going to introduce that to people until they stick around long enough. If anybody sticks around long enough to get up to like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th degree, whatever, then we can go through that. I'm still learning it myself. And so that's how we're going to go about that. Nope, looks like I lost my live view. Anyway, so that's what's going on there. What you learn in community centers is, if you've been following this channel by now, you know, mostly Taekwondo with some Judo thrown in there, and your joint locks and stuff are really considered to be Hapkido. So anybody have any questions that may be watching this live? No. Okay, so I'm going to get to it. First, let's do our due diligence and talk about what the form Po Un means. I have a link to the meaning that I'm reading off here in the description. Po Un is the pseudonym of a loyal subject, Chang Manchu, 1400, who was a famous poet and whose poem, "I would not serve a second master, though I might be crucified 100 times," is known to every Korean. He was also a pioneer in the field of physics. The diagram represents his unerring loyalty to the king and country towards the end of the Koryo dynasty. And if you want to read more about him, please go to the link that I provided in the description. So, Po Un moves side to side. Okay. What I've learned from different seminars with different like karate people is they say that if you move side to side in a form, moving sideways means that you're sideways to your opponent. So think about that when you're thinking about how to apply the moves. This morning, I was starting to think that going side to side or moving to the side could mean that somebody is grabbing or attacking you from the side. That's how I was taught to think of things when I first learned how to do forms. And I think that could apply here too. So a couple of the applications I'm going to do is going to assume that like somebody's trying to grab you from the side, which some people may try to do, and you don't want them to grab you and you're trying to get them off you and then you're striking at them. I may do one on the ground if I can angle the camera to get some stuff that you can use to apply it to quote unquote ground fighting. But that'll be it. So let's go ahead and get started. So this form here starts off like Quan Gay does with the salute over the head, okay? But instead of doing this, you start off here. I joke with the students, you're doing your Jay-Z rock sign. So you start off here, okay? So let me do it facing the camera, turning away from the camera, and then we'll go through a step-by-step. Now, one thing with this form too, just like if you've ever done these, the Hachi forms, if you've ever done those in karate, does it matter which side that you start on? No, it does not matter which side that you start on. However, if I'm grading you, I'm going to tell you got to start on your left side because that's how I learned it, and because you need some kind of uniformity so you can figure out if people are picking up anything. So let's go ahead. Start off at June B. Come to here and here. 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 Now, one thing that you're going to see with me doing this is I've added kiosks back in there. The rhythm that I like to do it is different than the standard ITF rhythm of because I don't believe in everything just being at one rhythm. In fact, I would prefer it if people, when they get it down, add their own rhythm to it. So that's one difference. And another difference is I do high kicks instead of kicking down, okay? That's just so I can keep my hip flexibility. If you can only do low kicks, that's fine. When I do the application, it's going to be for a low kick anyway, so don't worry about that. All right. So the first thing that you do, like I said, you start off here. So start off with your salute. Let me give you a rear view. So the first thing you do here is you start off with your salute, okay? You go to your left, go into an L stance. Here. Now, one reason why you start off with something on your left side is why? I was told because most people are right-handed. So if they're going to hit you from their right, they're hitting you from their right? This is them hitting you from their right. You're going to be defending it from your left side. So this is my left. And this is my left facing this way. So let's get a rear view of it. Come up a little more so I stay in the camera. This will probably be good. So here. 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 All right. Now when I face you to teach it, I'm going to face you to teach it. I'm going to be starting on my right side to teach it. You're going to be starting on your left. That'll be an easier way for you to do it / absorb it. So your first move is here. And that's one great thing about this form is that when you're teaching it, since you're doing the same exact moves on each side, it should be easier to pick up once you figure out what the heck is going on. So you start off here, go to an L stance, hit to your left, here, okay? Now, pick up your knee here, And when you kick, some people, when they kick, they push off and do that. That's fine. I just want to make sure you get a side kick out and throw your guard this way. So pick your leg up and kick. Okay. So let's do it all together now. Here. Okay. Me facing you. To your left, Kia, guarding block, L stance. Bring your knee up to your elbow. Then when you kick, turn into the kick. Kick out. You want to do the pull here, you can. Kick out. Come down. And this is the confusing part. Okay. 1, 2. And if you notice, I'm squatting a little bit. I'm in the sitting stance, also called horse stance or horse riding stance or chemo stance. So 3, 4, 5, 6. I count this. I count the retraction. 7, 8, 9. Let's do that much again. So you're starting off here like this, right? Here. Oh, see, I did it on the wrong side because I'm supposed to be doing your left. So, doesn't matter. All right, so here, pull up, kick out to the side, come down, and 1. I'm going to go a little closer so you can see it. 2, 3, middle block and down block. 4, middle block and down block. 5, double middle block. 6, pulling back here, parry and palm. Hand at your waist. 7, parry and palm with an attack punch. 8, hands come to your waist. 9, guarding block. Let me do it slow. 9, guarding block. Now you can't see my feet, but sometimes when I do the guarding block, when I'm doing that from here, I'll still turn here into an L stance. It just makes it easier for me to move. Because your next move is stepping across. Okay. Let's take that one more time. Here. Okay. Starting on your left, my right. Okay, ready? See John. Kia. Here. Pull up. Look. Kick out to the side. Maybe do the pull if you're doing that version. Come up here. And 1. Don't move. I'm moving to get closer to you. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. All right. I recommend taking this live, going back, watching those slowed down parts of the video, slow them down even more, do it along with me. So let's continue on through the form. I'm starting over here just so I can have some room. So I'm right here doing the salute. Let me angle this camera down just a little bit more. I think that will allow you to see. Yes, this is pretty good. So you can see my broken down chair too. So right here with the salute and Kia, here, here. 1, 2, 3. Let me go slow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Step across in front. X stance. Fist on the lead hand. Palm on the back hand. Getting here, looking here. Coming here. Like you're hitting on the hip and hitting on the head. Down here. Then pulling up. Like this. Like you pledging at HBCU here. Then this is in like a L stance or like a short L stance. So here, this hand up high, high forearm block, down block to the side, stepping across again in the X stance, lead hand, fist, backhand palm, smacking into here, come up here. And some people call this a garden block. That's fine. Stepping down here into an L stance. Both hands coming down like this, like upward ridge hands. Then you repeat on the other side. So once you come here, where do you go? Just pull up to this. Okay? Then you repeat. Come up on this leg, looking. Kick out and pull if you're doing the kick out pull version. Kick out to the side, come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing a count. 7, 8. So let me do that again. Here. 1, 2. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll go through that again. So here, because you're doing the same thing on both sides. Same thing, lead hand hits. You're in the X stance into your palm. Coming out to the side here. Come close. Coming out to the side here. This hand's hitting down. This hand's up by their head. So hitting here. Pulling up. And looking. 1. This comes here. This high forearm block. Low down block. 1. Coming across again. Lead fist. Backhands or palm. Striking in here. And if you want to end your form with a ki, come up. Guardian blocks down. Kick. And back to the opening salute. Okay. So we'll do it together a couple more times slow. Me facing you, me facing away, then we can do a few applications. So, and you may not, let me see. I'll move this back more. Lean this down. Yes, I'm doing this from my laptop. This should be good enough. So, here. So right here, ready? Actually, come on. Okay, ready? And here. Let me start that over. I did something wrong. Sorry, internet. Here we go. Ready? And here. And cheat lead on the wall. Here. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. Here. And here. Here. And here. 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 And here. And here. And here. And 1. And 2. 3. And 4. And 5. 6. 7. 8. And crisscross. And here. Okay. Back view. Hopefully I can get it right now because I'm doing it the way I'm supposed to. Jumbe. Ready? Salute. And here. 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 I use this to practice my sidekick hold too. And you don't have to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm exaggerating these so you can see what I'm doing from a high. 5, 6, 7, 8. Either this or this. 9. Here. 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 Oops, I'm sorry. Here. 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 And here. And here. And here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here. Here. Looking. Here. 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 And here. All right. Now let's go through some applications for my 1 view, 2 likes. So if you're the 1 viewer, shout yourself out, please, in the chat. So I at least know who I'm talking to. I don't know how I have 1 view and 2 likes. Anyway. Let me see if I can get. I want to see if I can get this dummy to stand up without me having to leave him against the wall or ruining its bottom feet. But hey, if I gotta do, I gotta do. Yeah, see, since I dropped my weight to be no more than like twice what the dummy weighs, Usually don't weigh in much more than 240 these days, or maybe 241. This thing is harder to pick up. Those rude noises of the dummy against the leather, not me. Although that would make for a much more entertaining view. Okay, so I'm going to have to lean this against the wall. That is fine. So just give me a second to set this up. For applications. All right. So, oh, good. Now, I no-touched it. I'm just kidding. No, it fell. Okay, don't get it twisted. I made a no-touch joke. But I do believe in no-touch. I just don't like it for your primary form of self-defense because I want you to know how to otherwise fight too. Plus, no-touch can actually be more damaging to people that are in poor health. So you're really not doing somebody a favor by no-touching them. Stand up. All right, you know what? I'll just have to put them against the wall. All right, so all right, let me put them against the wall. Get against the wall. All right, I'll just put them against the wall. Turn the camera this way. Okay. So your opening move for this form is like this. Okay. Easy application for that is I'm sitting down, right? So the dummy can be taller than me. Okay? Doesn't matter if they're taller than you or not. So I can show you this. So if somebody's trying to hit me, you see this move? I got my hands up here. Like I'm covering my face up. So he's hitting me, right? I got my hands up. Oh no, he's hitting me. Okay? He's hitting at me. I got my hands up here like this to stop him from hitting me. Or another application for opening move. I call these like very basic applications. Doesn't mean they don't work. Now this is a little more strength based. So you run into the problem of, well, I'm not as big as strong as you. How can this work on me? So somebody's grabbing you, right? This is what most people do. They'll just try to come, they'll be used to doing this move. They'll just come around the outside of the arms. So if somebody's grabbing you, you can do this to knock their arms off. Okay? And actually, if you hit it in the right spot on the arms, they will fall. So let's say this happens. You want to do this, you get stuck, right? Because they're too strong to get the arms off, right? That's okay. Since you already got your hands up here anyway, if you do this, reach in there and go for their eyes. Go for their eyes with your thumbs, or just, if that's too brutal for you, this is something that very few naysayers should be able to naysay. Oh, gotta have some more viewers. Shout yourselves out in the chat, please, so I know who I'm talking to. This is something very few naysayers should not be able to naysay. Whether you believe in pressure points or not, most of us know that hitting somebody in the jaw here on Summit 5 pressure point hurts. Or can knock somebody out or really stun them. Let's say have a very strong jaw. If you got two hands, you're already putting your hands up here like this, okay, in the beginning of the form, just stand up, dummy. Do this. You already got your hands up, even if you go around, hit them on both sides of their jaw, like this. So instead of thinking, I'm just going to bring my hands up like this over my head, Let me put this down for now so I can settle up some. So instead of thinking I'm just going to bring my hands up out here, you notice you typically extend it out here when you're doing it, not like straight over here, but out here. Do that. Hit them up in the double palms here. You could do that. You can eye gouge. You can use this to cover up here, right? If somebody grabs you with one arm here to plant you against the wall and hit you with the other one, you bring your hands up like this. You're still putting some stress on the arm that's grabbing you, and you're shielding yourself from being hit. Now, if you're very small and somebody's hitting you like this, right? Don't think about blocking with your arm. Think about using your elbow to hit their arm so that they're crashing into your arm, right? I would say the worst that could happen is the impact could be uncomfortable on your shoulder, and you may have a sore shoulder later. It would be better to have a sore shoulder later because they're just that much bigger than you, which I doubt, than hitting you in the head. Okay, it would be much better for that to happen. So instead of thinking I'm blocking my arm, my hand, if you're doing this, since you already got your hand up, you're doing this. See, like if I'm trembling and I'm resisting because I'm upset and I'm scared and I'm hyperventilating. If you're thinking about it, just me thinking about it brought this hand over here for protection. Because imagine something's coming at me and they can bang their arm up on your elbow all day. So do that. Another thing, and this is something I picked up from my pressure point tutor when I was going there back in the, oh wow, it is a back in the day now. Okay. If we are going to strike the person on the head using Kyusho application points. Okay. And this dummy probably will fall down from that because it's being unstable. I want to hit, actually not hit, I'm going to do a rub point. All right, a big head. All right, look at my head. There are 3 points, here, here, and here. Gallbladder cluster, okay? I think it's 13, 14, 15. They're all right here. They are activated by rubbing. It doesn't mean you're just going to lightly rub. You're going to rub hard and kind of put some force to it to get it to work. You're going to do that on both sides of their head. So this right here, instead of thinking this is just going up like this, you can think of this as doing this. Once your hands are here, okay? You're up here. To get them to there, just do a rub with it. So if they're grabbing you or whatever, you would do this. You would do this. Let me lean the dummy down. You're going to do on both sides of their head this motion. There we go. Try to get it to the camera. You're going to do that. Okay. One other application, this is the last one I'm going to do, is I saw someone online do this. They cupped both of their hands around here and hit in here. I would say, I call it crown of thorns, to hit on both sides of the head like this. Let me turn this way. They use this move. I was like, that's like Kwange. But he hit on both sides of the head like this. Like this. So you hit on both sides of the head like this. And even if you can't do anything else, just beat at their face. Beat at their face. You got your hands up, beat at their face. So let's start from beating at their face, right? So we can do the next move in the form. I beat at his face, right? He grabbed me. Get ready to start hitting me. I got my hands up here. He's hitting me. Beat at his face, smacking at the eyes, right? So your first move is this, right? Your first move is this. And then you pull your leg up and kick. Direct application. All right. Beat at their face. Okay? I'm going to hit with my left hand. I'm going to just throw my guard and hit it with the lead hand. Back. Okay? Now, when I bring my knee up, before I do the kick, bap them, knee them, and then, since when most people do this form anyway, they do a low kick, I can think of this as doing a low kick down on the inside of their leg, or even on the side of the leg. Whichever part I get, I'm not choosy. I want a low kick at something on their low structure. So, it's coming at me. But let's make it what I know people on the internet will have faith in. We're grappling. This means I'm grappling. So we're grappling, right? Which you don't want to do if you don't have to. Now let's go back to Cecil. Beating at his face, right? Beating at their face. Because that's what that can mean. Beat at their face. Then I'm going to hit here with this one. Then I'm going to come up. I'm going to knee them and stomp on their leg. All right. So, after I've done that, if for some reason they haven't gone down after all that, now, next series of moves in the form, here, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, this. If I'm still in close to this fool after I'm doing all that, I say let's get to smacking them around. So we're grabbing. Hitting me, right? Finally get some sense. Beat at his face, right? That doesn't make him go down. So I grab him here, or I hit him here, still grab, right? My pull up before I kick, knee him in the stomach. Kick down on here, right? Remember I said I got this, you got this cross movement? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't even need both of these. 5. Here, here. I can get to beating. So here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. All that should not be necessary. But in case it is, let's break it down into a little bit more manageable parts. Because this is how I think it would go down. If I go from the wig grappling scenario, beat them in their face. If I do this, and I'm bringing my leg up, to knee them. This is what I would do. If I bring my leg up to knee them, I pull them. I wouldn't necessarily kick down, but I would kick and then put my leg down and throw them over. So they should be pretty much done by then. So that is this, here. Well, actually, let me do it low like I just did. That's the this, knee 'em, strike down, and then throw. So this right here, because I kick and I hit down, I move my arms, I'm taking that to mean that I'm doing here. We got into it, okay? I smacked at his face. Or did something, gouged the eye, hit gallbladders, they didn't go down, whatever. So then I had to knee the attacker, kicked out at his legs. I'm going to still have my leg out when I'm grabbing him to throw him over. Okay. But let's say for some reason they stumbled, right? They stumbled. And they're coming back at me, right? Well, since the dummy wants to be in crouching mode today, we'll take advantage of it. So let's say they stumbled and they're coming back at me and trying to tackle me, right? And if he didn't get me off balance, I got this to try to create some space. And now I'm in a sitting stance. This is where your stances will come in. Because like I said, this dummy weighs like half as much as I do now. So I could fall if I'm not careful. So if I do this, if it goes over, and say I did this move, and went over, but we're still struggling, they have kidneys back here. Okay? Even hitting them on the butt can stimulate nerves. because there's a bunch of nerves in the cheek. Believe it or not. So I can hit here, hit them down here, and then hit them here in the ribs. That's from your 1, 2. So I'm doing this. We're still struggling. When I'm going to do this, I can hit down on the, you can't see here, so I do it this side. Down on the shoulder here, and on the sides of the head here. I don't have to do that with it. I can hit from the side here. So I can hit down on the shoulder, even just knuckle down, press on the shoulder, right into here, on lung 1 pressure point. If I can get in there, and hit on the side of the head with this. So I got that on either sides of the body. Now, this thing in here, you can think of it as knocking them off, or you can think of it like this. I'm using this to stand them up and pull them into me with this. This move here, I like to think of this as actually either I'm pulling them into me or they pull me into this. So if for some reason we're back and close like this, we still got this and this. So if I do this to get their arms off, and I say I get their arms to fly up, or if I use this to pull them in, if I do this, instead of just thinking of this as a preparatory motion, you can think of this as this hand is going to hit on the inside of their ribs here. Either after I've done this, or I did this, I grab their arm to secure them and pull them into me while I'm hitting. Let me do it on this side. So I grab their arm, grab them here, hit them up in here on the ribs, okay? Because we're up close. I hit them up in here on the ribs. That's this. So I hit them in here with the ribs. Then I come back out and punch in here and using this hand to send power over to this side. Okay. And now, when I'm doing the thing to pull back to my side, if we're still up into it, if I've hit them this many times, okay, when I'm doing a retraction, it doesn't matter what I grab. Let's fancy it up. Let's say I'm doing a wrist lock. So this right here, some schools may still teach that anytime you're doing this, you have a joint locking technique. Anytime you do stack hands or you pull back to your waist, there's something in your hands. So in this case, I'm going to say I got his wrist in my hands. So when I go through the rest of the moves in the form, if I got his wrist in my hands, let's say so. So then when I got his wrist in my hands, when I step off, I got this motion to take him down into a wrist lock. See? So you might not be able to see that because we already have a black background. And the dummy's the same color as the background. So that's from the here portion of the form. Wham, 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 and then here. So here, so I pull them into me, or we're grappling, hit them in the side here, okay? This is coming up to hit them here, or I could even do that, hit them in both sides at the same time. Sometimes you can interpret this thing on my hands on my waist as this is where I hit them on their body. So I could also do that on them. I'll be hitting like this instead of doing this. I may practice this, but it means this. So you can practice it that way too on your own. So I'm doing this and come up and hit them here. So then when I step, so when I pulled in here, here. All right. So when I'm doing this, even when I just pull to my side, I got a joint lock here. And then when I step, I throw them down. Now, after you've done this, let's see. So here, you've done this. They're down. All right? They're down. What if they didn't go down? For some reason, you try to do the joint lock and fail, right? So we'll go from there. And remember, these ways are not the only ways to interpret this form. So these ways are not the only ways to interpret this form. All right. Come here, dummy. You big dummy. That's before a lot of y'all's time, but you still have reruns of Sanford and Son. So we've done this. We did this. If I came across here, let's say I tried to do the joint lock for some reason, he didn't go down. This right here, one interpretation I was given of this move is to hit them on the hip to get them to lean forward. Then you catch him up under the chin with this. And since we're moving sideways, I'm going to be on the side of this person. Oh! Thumbs up. I'll finish out this application. I'll finish out 2 applications. Okay? So, since we're on the side, right? Since I'm moving sideways in this form, I'm sideways to the person. So you got this and this, right? So I hit there. If you notice, you probably didn't notice. Even if I just hit the dummy here on the side with my hand, it still comes closer to me. So it comes closer to me. So I hit him there, but I hit him up under the chin here or other vital parts of the body. So I do this, right? So I can lean out, do this. Then when I come up here, I can use that as a strike or actually rub in the front of the body, in the back of the body, here like this. So I'm doing that. Hit them, and I rub them. Now, to me, this is the main thing I want to get to, and then I'm going to stop. When you're doing this in this form, you're going here. You're doing this, that. To me, that means I'm prepping to do a shoulder throw. Okay? Because if you've ever done a shoulder throw, you reach up like this. Especially, this would be Ippon Seoinage in Judo. I'm going to reach up like this and come down. So when I'm doing this, I'm doing here. This motion can be if they get away from you, you still got your hand on them. You got to hit them again. So when you cross, come down and stomp on whatever foot you can get to. Hit them wherever you can on their body. Across like this, I would do this, that, and then throw them down crudely. Or if I've got it right, when I'm doing this, I'm just basically wrestling around with you. So I try to get you up on my shoulder, right? You don't want that, right? Now you see this part of the arm right here? Lung 5 pressure point on the forearm. Don't know what it is, look it up. So I got him here, hit him. So I hit him here, I step it across. I can use this bottom foot to kick him in here, kick him on the inside of the leg, hit down on here. And let's say he's still not up. All right, well, I'll get him up. So we're wrestling around. Right? Got him up here. That is this. All right, last application we close. Remember I said I was thinking if somebody grabs you from the side. So the guarding block you do is somebody grabbing you. So if somebody tries to grab me, right? Kick them off me low. Kick them off me low. Hit at them from the side. If I do that, I miss. I catch their fingers, even if I use this just to feel where they are, because they clock me in my eye and I can't see. So use this too as a feel. I did this in a tournament, right? Guy was coming so fast, I just did this and that, because my instructor made me practice this over and over again. That move. And we're going down the line like that. Shout out to Mr. Dorsey. And he said it came from another form. Didn't know what form it was, now I do. So, like if it's dark, you hear somebody coming like this, you're not quite sure how far they are away, or like if you need glasses or something, here and bam. That's the application for that. All right. So, I'm going to end this live. Thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share with people like to talk about the martial arts. If you want to sign up for any classes that I teach, go to the About section of this tab. Oh, and people have asked about online. Do I teach online students? Yes, I do. I'm not doing it for free. Okay? I'm not teaching people online for free. Unless you come up with a really good sob story, like, you know, you live in a country where they're suppressing you and you got to hide in a cave or something, or in a bunker with your limited Wi-Fi, internet access, and then I'm helping you overthrow tyranny. Okay, yeah, I might teach that person for free. Other than that, no, you got to pay something. And the best way to learn from me is just come in person, sign up for one of my classes if you're in the DC area. Okay? So let's go ahead and bow out. So yeah. Oh, let me get this thing. Oh, it's light. Lining in the eyes. Here we go. This is better. So yeah. Kunye. Chumbi. And go on. Peace. See you next time on the internet.